third of men's tears in the year of Our Lady, 1537. So, where was I when I left off last time? Yes, we'd just gone into the hollow tree. It was creepy as fuck in there. It was damp, it was dark, and somehow much colder inside than it was outside. I couldn't see 5 feet in front of me until a torch on the wall suddenly burst into flame and I nearly shat myself. Whoa! Then we saw the legendary Trove. Oh, hi there.
Greetings, small one.
What the fuck? He was nothing at all like I'd imagined him. Well, to be fair, I hadn't really imagined what he'd be like at all. But that's beside the point. He was... How can I put this without sounding incredibly stupid? He was basically a giant squirrel. Probably 12 feet tall or so. Sure, he had a horn in the middle of his head, 6 or 7 rad purple spikes on his back, and his fur was a lot darker than a normal squirrel. Pretty much black, but apart from that, my first thought when I saw him was... giant squirrel. I really couldn't decide whether he was absolutely terrifying or completely adorable.
Squirm, when I asked you if I should know anything about the Trove, why the hell didn't you mention that he's a ginormous fluffy-tailed rodent?
I didn't think that was relevant. You haven't seen a ratatoskit before.
Rata-water?
Silence! No more whispers.
Yeah, sorry.
What is your name, small one, and why do you seek an audience with me?
I'm Sylda, sir. I'm here to ask for your help. We want to recover this Fae's powers. They were taken from her, and she told me you were the best person to ask.
Oh, great. Someone else needs help. Give me a break. Just because I'm possibly ancient and knowledgeable, people think they could just ask me for help all the time. Doesn't anyone consider my needs?
I'm sorry, but...
Yes, they're always so sorry to disturb me. I don't want to take up your valuable time, they say. Well, they are taking up my valuable time, so they can't be that sorry. I've only so much to give, you know.
Enough with the whiny bullshit, Trove. I know your deal. You could tell us what we want to know in 2 fucking seconds, then we'd be out of your hair, fur, whatever. But instead you put on a big show, moaning and whinging about giving people simple advice, just so you can squeeze as many favours out of them as possible.
How dare you, Fae? I am as beneficent, as altruistic, as philanthropical as they come. You should be in awe of me.
You can't impress me with fancy synonyms, Trove. Tell us what we need to know, now.
Don't wanna.
Well, who's the biggest toddler in town today, mister?
You take that back. I'll have you know that I am thousands of years old. And I am also extremely mature for my age.
You could have fooled me.
Hey, cut it out! Man, I never thought I'd be the grown-up in this situation. Mr. Trove, we are willing to do something for you in return for the information, despite what my ranty friend just said.
Something in return? Well, I'm willing to enter into negotiations, but I can't promise anything. What can you offer me?
Well, is there anything we can fetch for you? Any errands you need done? I've never really negotiated with an ancient being before, so I'm not really sure what's involved in deals like this.
You don't tell him that you haven't negotiated with an ancient being before. That's just common sense.
Says the Fae who just insulted him to his face. Sorry about that, sir. Is there anything you'd like us to do for you? Anything at all?
Well, one thing does spring to mind. It is dangerous, though.
What is it?
I've had my eye on a rather special item for some time, but I really can't be arsed. I mean, I really don't have any spare time in my busy schedule to go and acquire it. And it would be very entertaining to find out how a juvenile half-elf and an incapacitated fae would attempt to carry out this mission.
Well, what is this thing, and how do we find it?
Well, let's just say it's an item which would allow me to observe and communicate with creatures far beyond this forest. It is known as the Eye of Egnahald. There are a few old acquaintances I'd like to catch up with.
Have you heard of this thing before, Squirm?
Can't say I have.
It is a rather well-kept secret. I'm not surprised that you are unaware of its existence.
Where is this thing anyway? I'm assuming it's well guarded.
My understanding is that it is being kept in an underground vault below the city of Vortun.
Oh, I've been there. It's not too far from Hearthford. I was on a class trip to see the collection of ancient scrolls in the city library. It's the oldest city in the country, you know.
Thank you for that fascinating anecdote, Sylda.
Sorry.
Vortun is also where the Bureau of Magical Affairs has its chambers, which is why so many delightful artifacts are kept under lock and key beneath the city, where they are of absolutely no use to anyone.
The Bureau of Magical Affairs? You mean the Bureau whose rules I keep breaking because you need me to use restricted magic, Squirm?
I don't know anything about big folk bureaucracy apart from the fact it's stupid and we should just ignore it.
But I'm probably going to need to use a fuck ton of restricted spells to get this eye thingamajig. And I really don't want to do that right under the Bureau's nose.
Well, it looks like this cowpat of a plan is our only option at this point, so you're going to have to do it whether you like it or not.
I'm really not happy about...
Shush, I'll take it from here.
Okay.
We'll do this for you, Trove, on one condition.
What is this condition? I'm already offering valuable information about Fey powers. What else could you possibly want?
I want to know your real name.
This is outrageous! I am a powerful, timeless master of the arcane arts. I will tell you no such thing.
Well then, we have no deal, and you'll just have to get up off your arse and actually do something for a change if you want this eye so badly.
But I don't wanna. So much effort.
That's your choice to make, Fluffy Nuts.
Right, alright, I'll tell you my name. If it gets you out of here and gets me the Eye of Egnahald. My name is... Searle.
Searle? That's not so bad.
Hang on a second. Your name is Searle, and you're a squirrel. Searle the squirrel.
You see, this is why I don't tell anyone my name. I am not a squirrel, I am a ratatosker. Just because Searle rhymes with the name of a stupid woodland animal to which I bear some resemblance, that does not make it at all funny. Stop it! Stop it now! I am a mighty magical entity. I have terrible powers at my disposal. Just shut up!
Sorry.
Okay, we'll do your stupid errand for you as long as you keep up your end of the bargain and tell us how to get my powers back, because if you don't, I'll tell everyone I have ever met or will ever meet about your real name. Searle?
You little... That was a dirty trick. All right, you have my word. Now get out of my sight before I change my mind and smite you where you stand.
Okay, we're leaving. Jeez, chill out, Searle.
Get out! And don't come back here without the eye, little shits.
We won't. Whew. Oh, we got a deal. Now, all we need to do is go to a heavily guarded city in search of a powerful artifact. Yay!
Yup, seems that way.
Well, that was kind of terrifying and also kind of fun. I don't think I'm ready for this. I'm in way over my head.
Sylda.
Let me finish. This is not something I'm prepared for. I thought I'd just go from school to college to job and that would be that. I didn't think I'd have to do anything like this. I have no idea what I'm doing. What I'm going to do. I'm going to steal this eye without getting imprisoned for 1,000 years or maybe even killed. What do I do?
You keep fucking going. That's what you do. You said you'd help me. You got yourself into this. You have to see it through. You're naive and incompetent, but you're my only asset. You made me a promise. Don't forget that. If you break that promise, then you're even more of a waste of space than I thought you were.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
It wasn't meant to. I'm not here to stroke your ego. I'm here to get my powers back at whatever cost.
I suppose I don't have much choice then, do I?
No, you don't.
Okay then, shall we head back to Prickwillow for now? Get our strategy together? Make sure my parents don't realise I'm out of town?
Fine, let's go back.
So, that's how it went down. I have to say, Squirm's speech is still in my mind. Does she really think so little of me? I've tried my best to help her, but I just keep getting slapped in the face for my trouble. She nearly ruined the deal with the Trove while I was the one who got them to stop squabbling. But then, I've also had my share of fuck-ups. Squirm has good reason to think I'm useless. A lot of the time, I think the same thing. And there's so much I don't know about the world. When I was at college, I thought I knew everything. How wrong was I? Anyway, I'll stop my moaning and start getting ready for the trip to Vortun. Bye, diary. Hopefully I'll come back in one piece. You have been listening to The Prickwillow Papers, Episode 4, The Trove. It was written and produced by Maddy Searle and was performed by Maddy Searle and Lewis Robertson. The Prickwillow Papers is a Snazzy Tapir production. We hope you join us again soon.